I thought it would be fun to switch it up and do a little tier list today. Is this a sign that I'm running out of ideas? Absolutely not. But I feel like it's time to make the definitive Chud tier list, something I haven't really seen anyone do yet. And yes, I am qualified to make this video because I am a Chud enthusiast, a connoisseur if you will. I like to study them in their natural habitats, like when they're gambling on their Kick live streams.
I gamble every day. I lost 2 mil this month.
Really?
I lost 1.85 mil this month.
Or harassing waitresses at Applebee's. We're gonna try to fit them all in one of 7 categories. It's gonna be hard since chuds take up so much space physically and metaphorically. The reform category is for folks who once upon a time resembled a chud, but they have since parted ways with the chud life. The wash tier, pretty self-explanatory. The chuds who are irrelevant and have no motion in their careers. Divorced energy, kind of harmless chuds, but they're still a step above the wash tier. You got the sweaty tryhards for the chuds who try so hard only to end up in bronze or silver leagues. Grift maxing is for all the grifters who want to LARP as chuds. Peak chud is someone who is a chud to their core through and through. And of course, you have the final boss of chuds, which would be our S tier ranking. So let's start off with a big, mighty one. The 8-man himself, Joe Rogan.
Did they record it?
Oh man, what a fall from grace. You might be shocked to hear this, but I'm actually a huge fan of Joe Rogan's homunculus philosophical takes. I use so many Joe Rogan clips on this channel, I'm almost embarrassed by it. But he has so many good clippable moments that fit like a variety of scenarios, I can't help but use them. It's gonna be hard to rank him because he's kind of like all over the place sometimes. Lately, he's kind of been low-key compromised with the Epstein class and CIA operatives infiltrating his large but impressionable audience. So I think I'm gonna have to put him in peak chud because he's more than a grifter. He is actually compromised by the wealthy elite who use his platform for evil.
If you're not careful, folks from deep, dark wells of perspective are gonna infiltrate your shit because people are gonna like try to exploit you. That's the main thing, is like people recognizing what you are, who have political agendas, will infiltrate your shit.
Maybe he doesn't recognize it, maybe he is genuinely too stupid to notice, or he is purposefully using his platform for evil. Ooh, Andrew Tate, your favorite red-pilled manosphere Romanian sex trafficker content creator. The same guy who radicalized 11-year-old boys into hating women. I haven't really heard about Andrew Tate in a while. It's probably because he fell off really hard. So, tragic. Guess that means he fits nicely into the washed category. And I pray to God, if God is real, that we never have to hear of Andrew Tate ever again. Inshallah. DJ Academics, the so-called hip-hop journalist who, if we can even call him a journalist, he's done immeasurable damage to the black community and contributed to Chicago gang violence. The thing about DJ Academics is he is perhaps the biggest Drake meat writer.
Top 5 you smoking on Kendrick? Cause my top 5 is Drake.
So based on how many gigawatts DJ Academics produces as he's bouncing up and down on Drake's meat, he probably breaks up a sweat. So I'm gonna put him here snugly in the sweaty tryhard section because DJ Academics could definitely burn off some calories.
Darn tranny.
Steven Crowder, off the bat, he's going straight into divorce energy. In fact, I think this category might be exclusively made for him. We'll see if anyone on this list makes it into this category as well. He almost should have gone into wash because he also has no motion. His channel is dying and he's fighting off controversy after controversy with his very public feud with his now divorced wife.
You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. Tony, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
It just seems right to put him in the divorce energy category. Whiteface Druski. It might be another one of Druski's skits, but Druski unintentionally created one of the most chud-like personas ever to grace the internet. White trash, yellow-bellied white boy has so much aura, it's only appropriate to put him in the final boss ranking.
Hey, you lost, boy?
I'd hate to go toe-to-toe with this guy and all his inbred, sunburnt melanoma royalty. Brenden Schaub, Gringo Papi. What can I say about this Rogan Sphere MMA fighter turned comedian that the internet hasn't already said? There's literally an entire Brenden Schaub industrial complex clowning on his every move, every podcast appearance, stand-up specials. What can I really add to this conversation? Brenden Schaub might be the most hated man on the internet, and for that, he earns his spot in the washed category. Brendan's podcast numbers are dwindling. His CTE is getting worse progressively by the day. Brendan's time in the spotlight is numbered. Mark my words. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a former Republican of my state, Georgia, kind of mid-state. You thought chuddery was a masculine thing, but no, women can be chuds too because we are equal opportunity here at Yeshua Media. I almost want to put her in washed since she voluntarily gave up her elected government position and therefore power, but I feel like you can leave the chud life, but the chud life don't leave you. I do have to commend her for standing up to the MAGA brigade. Oh, but she did have many a sneaky link with her CrossFit trainer, which led to her husband filing for divorce, so maybe Marjorie does belong in the divorce energy category. Yeah, that seems about right. So it does look like Steven Crowder has a companion here. That's great. Clavicular, the most poppin' looks maxer streamer on the internet. Oof, this one's tough. I can't decide if he's he's not a grifter because I think he genuinely believes the crazy shit that he says.
Like some people think that like Sydney Sweeney is extremely attractive. I would say that she's pretty malformed. Her upper maxilla is extremely recessed, right? She's got the eyes of doom with no infraorbital support. She's really not that much of a looker in her face.
So because of his deeply held convictions, he doesn't go into Griff Maxer. That's reserved for freaks who don't believe the propaganda that they espouse. Maybe he actually like genuinely belongs in peak chud category. I don't know if that's right. You could tell me why I'm wrong in the comments, but on to Tom MacDonald, one of the most prolific rappers of our generation. Move over, Kendrick and J. Cole. Tom is the creator of classics like Politically Incorrect and Facts featuring Ben Shapiro. But in all seriousness, this guy is like peak corny coworker music. He wouldn't have a career if he didn't hitch his mediocrity to the MAGA movement. It's only appropriate to put him in Griff Maxing. There's no other answer. Jordan Peterson, perhaps he is the chud with the biggest cranium. Perhaps he has the most gray matter in his dome per square inch than anyone else in the world. Modern philosopher famous for his concerns regarding freedom, censorship, and Chinese milking factories. It turns out he was just reposting straight up corn on his timeline during his crazy benzo-fueled Twitter rants. Since then, he has been pretty radio silent, and I think he does go into the washed category. Erica Kirk, the new CEO of Turning Point USA, who took over after her husband, Charlie Kirk, got murked. If she is ruthless enough to skip the mourning stage and go straight to the prophetization of her dead husband, how can she be anything less than final boss?
It's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended. Stadium overflow, insane, you guys. And then we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
That's true villainy, and I don't settle for anything less. Kid Rock, the hip-hop rock country, I don't even know what he is, hybrid, who famously performed at the Turning Point Super Bowl halftime show. To be honest, I don't know much about Kid Rock other than he doesn't like when Puerto Ricans have a little fun. But what I do know is he helped make the soundtrack to one of my favorite childhood movies, Osmosis Jones, in which he performed a song with lyrics that read, young ladies, I like 'em under 82. because he's appealing to the PDF file supporting audience of MAGA, and I think it's only appropriate that he goes into grift maxing. Tony Hinchcliffe, the second in command of the Austin comedy scene, the primary host of Kill Tony, a wildly successful comedy show, he fits in real nicely with the sweaty tryhards because he does exemplify anti-woke and anti-cancel culture comedian attitudes. Oh, the woke libtards hate me, I'm so offensive, they think I'm racist and homophobic. I used to date this bad bitch named Esther Povitsky, but I fumbled her because I'm such an edgelord.
There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you're going in sweaty tryhard, buddy. Hasan Piker, immediately goes into peak chud jail. I mean, look at this guy, bro. He just exemplifies like misogynistic anti-woke frat bro content slop. He's literally a terrorist sympathizer. More like Hamas Piker, am I right? Candace Owens, another political pundit that got fired from Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire for being a little too critical of Israel. Yikes. I don't know if she really fits in any of these categories. Maybe I need to create a new one just for her and call it like schizo posting or like hallucinating, because she be saying some wild shit.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
And the best part is, I think she believes all the stuff coming out of her mouth, so I guess that makes her a true chud, above a grifter. So, peak chud. Bryan Callen, another Rogan sphere comedian who aligned his career with the likes of Brenden Schaub. There's not much to say here about this guy after all these allegations and misconduct has come out. Since then, he has become one of those anti-woke comedian warriors. Predictable. And you know what? He was divorced by his wife after the allegations came out, so divorced energy. Kanye, my GOAT, the biggest inspiration on my production and musical journey, has since turned into a raging anti-Semitic, mentally ill chud.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
He fumbled one of the baddest women on the planet. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a Kim Kardashian apologist, okay? I'm sorry. What do you want me to do about it? Because of his weird antics and his recent divorce, he also goes squarely into divorced energy. Wow, looks like the divorced energy is getting a little crowded. Chud the Builder, immediately he goes into sweaty tryhard prison. He's easily one of the most try-hard chuds as he deploys every method of rage bait on the masses, from harassing black people to ripping the most vile slurs on the street.
Shut up. Come on, come do something. Come do something. Pull up. Oh, yeah, found. Yeah, walk up. That's what I thought. Yeah, all right. They chipping out.
Chud the Builder is the prime example that you don't have to be talented to make it far in right-wing circles. You can find success hitting all the right-wing culture war talking points, and you will have an astounding career. That is, of course, until you're arrested for filming yourself and documenting your hate crimes.
I'm on set initial bond at 1.25 million.
May he rot in prison. Laura Loomer, another so-called freaky ad journalist and political activist. I don't know much about her other than she's a goddamn snitch. She's the one who snitched on everybody who had something bad to say about President Trump. She belongs to the sweaty tryhard group. Nick Fuentes, aka the booger-eating gay cowboy who rallied an audience of lonely, horny, hateful Gen Z men to his cause, literal white supremacy, despite the fact that he is part Mexican, considering the name Fuentes, so it looks like even racists have DEI hires. I don't want to spend too much time on this gremlin, so I think it's safe to say he goes into the peak chud category because, I mean, wow, he has truly wicked things to say sometimes.
None of these niggas have motion except for me. So that's why I'm the movement, because I have the motion.
Asmongold Gold, better known as Assman Mold, the biggest apolitical Twitch streamer there is who just so happens to support Trump. The same guy who said Palestinians are an inferior culture.
These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture.
Even though this guy does not clean his house.
The thing is, I used to use a dead rat as an alarm clock, actually. Whenever the sun would come up, it would start cooking the corpse of the rat, and then it would start smelling again, and then the smell would wake me up.
Yeah, this guy, he doesn't stand for anything meaningful. He just goes wherever the wind blows, so he's a great candidate for grifter maxing. Theo Von, Hickory smoked Louisiana comedian, also Rogan sphere adjacent. Pretty funny, silly guy, I must say, but he is insanely chud coded. I almost want to put him in peak chud for platforming the likes of final boss chuds like Donald Trump on his podcast, but I will say Theo Von has had some very vocal criticisms of the Trump administration, to the point where Joe Rogan had to gaslight Theo to keep him in line.
Well, it's just a cat and mouse game. People are like, we'll elect the Democrats next time. It's like, but it's all the same shit has been happening forever. They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting fucking politicians slip on kids. All of our money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going... I don't know, man.
We got to get you off those antidepressants, son. You're losing your fucking marbles.
You think I am?
So because of Theo's public heel turn, he goes and reformed chud, but that could always change. I got my microscope on his ass. Myron Gaines, co-host of the infamous Incel Fresh and Fit podcast. I'm not gonna dilly-dally here, it's a waste of time, so he goes straight into Sweaty Tryhard. Myron, your days of internet clout are numbered. Cherish these final moments before they slip through your fingers like sand. Ben Shapiro, founder of the Daily Wire Conservative Network. The thing about Ben is that his numbers are really dwindling as of late.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. This sounds like there's something that is going on here that is not biologically normal. Fortunately, I know a doctor, who is my wife. Not to be too graphic, but some sort of medical discharge that's happening here. Right, a lot too much, because that's a symptom of something that is not going great.
But Benjamin, how can you pleasure the big Yahoo's pee-pee in your mouth when you don't use any lubrication? He'll figure it out in the wash tier. Bye, bozo. Shane Gillis, one of the hottest comedians in the game right now, and I'm not just talking physical appearance. Shane checks off literally every single box of the chud aesthetic, like watching too much football, drinking hella beer, and having a trash diet. However, I would argue that he himself is not necessarily a true chud because of his politics, and I don't know if his PP leans left or right politically, but he seems more like a populist, so I think it is safe to put him in the reformed group. Alex Jones, host of InfoWars, or I guess he's like a former host now since The Onion bought it. I mean, holy bro, he has so much chud aura. How could I not put him anywhere else but Final Boss? He is the poster child of what a chud ought to be. Overweight, bloated, lead poisoned, conspiracy pilled. He's got it all. He might just be the MVP of this whole list.
Money.
Donald Trump, holy bro. Not only is he the president of the United States, but he is the chud whisperer. He knows how to get in the mind of a chud and activate their amygdala into hallucinating transgender ghosts and Mexican ghouls. What is Trump if he is not the epitome of chuddery, the final boss of chuds? It's pretty straightforward if you ask me. Like, Elon Musk, world's first trillionaire, all of his wealth coming from government contracts, so does it really count? I don't know, I guess those taxpayer dollars are really lining up his fat pockets nicely. I'm banishing Elon to peak chuddery because there's nothing else I can say to truly capture like how pathetic he is. He's certainly not a final boss. He doesn't have the aura to be the final boss. Lauren Boebert, representative of Colorado. When she's not busy shooting her guns down at the range, she's probably at the local theater fondling random men in public.
Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave.
And boy, I tell you, if I was a chud myself, I would do anything to be that guy that she's fondling. She's like Backrooms Dollar Tree Trailer Park knockoff version of SS Sniper Wolf. I'm really into that aesthetic. If I was a chud, of course. Unfortunately, she has no motion as of late, so she's washed. And finally, Tucker Carlson, former Fox News anchor and future president of the United States. I'm not joking. Clock it here, I'm not joking. I don't have too much to say about this freaky ass guy, but
everybody agreed that segregation was the worst thing this country ever did.
He certainly belongs in peak chud. That's it, that's all I got. I'm tired, it's past my bedtime. So if you enjoyed today's video, I had fun making it. I'm gonna put a link to this tier list in the description below and you can try it out for yourself, make your own list. I'd love to see what you guys do. Let me know if I was wrong about any of these choices. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think there's a couple of spoilers here and there, but I think I did a pretty good job here. I'm proud of my work. But aside from that, if you enjoyed today's video, please give a like and a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell while you're at it. Nothing else to say other than you should check out my music in the description below.